Hi everyone, today we're going to talk about what is pay per lead. We're going to go back to basics and I'm going to explain to you what it isn't and what it is and how it works and everything you need to know if you're serious about starting a pay per lead agency. Okay, but before we get started, a little bit about me. I own 3 pay per lead agencies, one in the UK, one in Asia and one in Canada, and I've been doing this for about 4 or 5 years. We've delivered hundreds of thousands of leads, we've had millions of clicks, and I'm pretty well versed to discuss the pay per lead model. Okay, not many people are out there that are doing it, let alone teaching it. So I hope you find this educational, enjoyable. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you about what it isn't to start with, all right? If you're running ads at the moment on behalf of clients, usually Facebook ads or Google AdWords or Twitter ads or whatever that is, then you call yourself an agency, right? And 99% of the agencies I work with, that I know at the moment, and I'm in a lot of Facebook groups, and everyone seems to be running this model, which is the retainer model. Okay. Hi everyone, thank you so much for watching our content. We release awesome content every Tuesday and every Thursday, and if you want to find out more about the pay per lead model and you want to keep up to date with all of our amazing videos, then please do click the like button, click the subscribe button. Thanks a lot. Okay, and let's not knock the retainer model too hard, all right? Because I've been doing that for, before I found pay per lead. It's how I kind of cut my chops, it's how I learned, and it was part of the journey to get me to the pay per lead way of doing things, all right? But when you're working on a retainer model, it usually involves setup costs. It usually involves 6-month contract. I don't know if you can read this. And it usually involves more than one thing. It could be Google ads, and it could be SEO, for example. And this is a kind of catchphrase that everyone talks about these days, and they're almost like proud of it, okay? And I see, people with 3 or 4 employees, and they call themselves a full service agency, all right? And they're doing SEO and website design and Google AdWords and Facebook ads. Trust me, in order to be full service, you need a big team, because you're going to be a master of none, all right, by trying to do everything yourself, and you're not going to get very good at anything. And this is what we found from experience, that if you're doing it the old way, either via retainer contracts and trying to do everything for clients, it gets really difficult. So that is not what we do, and that's not pay per lead. So I'm going to cross that out, all right? What we do, deliver leads, on a amount per lead basis. Okay, so let's say we're working with a client, might be a car finance company, for example, and they've said they know that if they pay $30 per lead and they buy 100 leads, which is $3,000, and they convert 10 out of those 100 leads, then they're going to make a really strong ROI based on the 100 leads that they bought. So they might put $3,000 in and they get $10,000 out. That works for them. They're ready to scale it, and they'll buy many leads if they can continue to hit that 10% conversion rate, okay? So we're charging, let's say, $30 per lead to that car finance company, all right? What we can do then is go to Facebook, go to Twitter, go to Google, that's search. We can go to YouTube, we can go to Gmail, whatever that is, whatever advertising platform that is, we're able to use our skills and point traffic to the funnels that we build in order to generate leads for that client, okay? And it might cost us $15 to generate that lead via any of these platforms. We usually always start with Facebook just because it's the easiest. The rest of this stuff is a little bit more advanced. But generally we'll try and deliver the lead for $15 or less, okay? So if you do $30 minus $15 equals $15 in profit, then that is our gross profit as an agency. And if you're doing 100 leads per week, that's $1,500 of gross profit per week. And if you're doing 1,000, that's 15,000 gross profit per week, okay? So as opposed to the old model, which, you know, as I was saying, let's not knock it, it's done a lot of good stuff for a lot of people on this planet, a lot of agencies on this planet. But what we've found is that running a pay per lead model and charging the clients X and generating those leads for half X is, you know, a pretty decent model. It's easy to understand. It's extremely easy to sell because the clients aren't really bothered about retainer contracts and long-term commitments. When you think about it, they just want leads because leads are the lifeblood of their business. And when you reposition your offer and approach them with the pay per lead offer, you'll find that it opens a lot of doors, and it's actually a really great way of doing business, okay? Slightly higher risk because the difference between the 30 bucks and the 15 bucks is your profit margin. And if this figure down here is 35 bucks, then you could be losing 5 bucks per lead, okay? So it's higher risk, I'm not gonna lie to you, but it's much higher rewards, okay? And the final thing, I guess, that explains what we do is that we actually build the funnels for free for the client, okay? And the funnels built, because when you have a template, when something works for one industry, it usually works for the other industries, okay? So even though it sounds like a lot, it's not really once you know what you do. You know, on our platform, and we use Unbounce to do that. And then we attach, if we're generating leads for a client on a one-to-one basis, then we attach those funnels to the client's website. So we have complete control. Anything we change that's us that's doing it. It's not the client that's changing the color of a button or changing the headlines, okay? We have complete control, all right? Sorry, and the final thing was that the advertising accounts whether they be in Facebook or Twitter or Google or whatever, are all owned by us, okay? The client doesn't get access, they don't see our figures. We have our credit cards on file, we're the ones that earn the air miles, and it's just a nice way to kind of, you know, I guess we're a performance-based business at the end of the day, and we control and own everything. And I used to do it the old way. I've moved to the new way, and I've been doing it for quite a few years now. And I tell you, it's refreshing, and it's easy to get clients. It's easy to get bigger clients, and there's way more money in it. So if you're interested, below this video there'll be a case study on how you know, how we did it, how we moved from the old way to the new way, how we build our funnels, how we generate cheap quality leads from these platforms. How we land clients, all that type of stuff. Watch the video below, enjoy, and I'll speak to you soon.